would that like frustrate you? Would that be like, oh shit, something's really bad? Or would if someone looked at you after like a year of that and was like,
Yo, what's going on? We are here listening to some debates with our friends Harry and Chris, and I'm gonna probably be playing some gimme games. So we're gonna see what's kind of going on. If I have internet, that is.
Limited or like access to energy being limited, but
Sweet.
the
Right.
outcomes, I'm
Thanks
not
for
hearing
staying
any
tuned.
outcomes. I'm just hearing there's setup, or there's fear, there's things that were being set up in case there wasn't access to heat. But again, I didn't hear anything like millions of Germans have to huddle together in small rooms because their heat got turned off. I didn't hear anything like that.
all right, I got you. Hold on, let's go. Here we go, Blue 80.
Yeah, but even if it was like not a million, this is just a terrible argument because even if it's not a million people who have to huddle together, the fact that they even have to take these precautions in the first place, and that's something that could be entirely avoided.
Then
these
they
resources
should
put
not
to
have
other
relied
things
on
would have been
Russian
nice.
oil.
Yeah, wait, nobody's disagreeing. Nobody's disagreeing. We all think that they should not have done that, but you're blaming Joe Biden for a pipeline and pipelines that were already in existence or in construction.
Right, the same pipeline that Trump called a tool of coercion would make Germany into a hostage of Russia.
What did Donald Trump do to stop Nord Stream 1?
To stop Nord Stream 2. I'm not talking about Nord Stream 1.
What
I'm
did
talking about
Donald
Nord
Trump
Stream
do
2.
to stop Nord Stream 1?
Did he not put sanctions on it? Did he not put sanctions on Nord Stream 2?
Wait, and how did that stop Nord Stream 1?
I have to look into that one, but
Of course you have to look into it because there's two pipelines. I don't know if you knew that. There's Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2.
of course,
and it
mean,
was
Nord
already
Stream 2
there, and it was
implies the
doing
first
almost
Nord
the
Stream,
same
yes.
function that the Nord Stream 2 pipeline was doing, and you have no input on that. This pipeline was already existing. Donald Trump did nothing to stop it. Unless you have like overwhelming sanctions. I mean like crippling sanctions. It's not going to do much. Sanctions can largely be performative unless they're crippling. And those sanctions on Nord Stream 2 and Nord Stream 1 were clearly not crippling because the pipeline was still very much in operation throughout Donald Trump's presidency. So this is nonsense. You have no idea what you're talking about, and you're trying to like downplay the suffering of Germans because it's like, well, I didn't hear them huddling in a hallway.
you're trying to fabricate
ridiculous.
suffering to support your point.
It's not fabricated suffering. You hear what he
Will.
said?
Wait, Will, I got you. Hold up. So I just want to point out here that again, like, I hear what you're saying about the sanctions, but this has been, like, this is not like a Donald Trump.
it happens all the time. It's okay, guys. It happens all the time.
No, Will, this is not a Donald Trump phenomenon. Like, this has been the position of the U.S.
Yeah, but he was the first one to stand up on the world stage and say, "Hey, why are you buying all this oil from one of our enemies? Why are you buying all the oil that you're? Why are you buying the majority of your oil?" Or
he was
building
not
this
the first
pipeline,
one to do
accepting-
that. He was not. There's been so many leaders of the West who have spoken directly to the Russian president or prime minister or whatever, have been like,
Yeah, but
God.
did any of them say, "Hey,
No.
we're going to pull you out of NATO if you"?
Sorry, not done yet. March 26, 2014, Reuters article. Obama tells EU to do more to cut reliance on Russian gas.
And Will, your answer. I'm going to answer it.
That's an empty threat. Like, what legitimized what Trump had to say. Listen, what legitimized what Trump had to say is your biggest criticism.
Wait, but the answer is this. The answer is this. As I just said, as we just talked about, like, the reality of like being very hard on an ally and them not doing anything. What did Donald Trump achieve by sanctioning Russia? Because what I know about this time is that all of our friends in Europe were really pissed and are still pissed and we're still hurting from certain trade because Donald Trump was very aggressive on our allies and alienated them, and they didn't stop using the oil. They were still using the oil. So it didn't achieve much besides making them angry. And by the way,
so Obama advocated, right? And that makes like,
okay,
so Trump did it.
This is gonna be a fun match, everybody.
Trump said,
it's gonna be so bad.
You need to pay your fair share. Why are you accepting this oil from our enemy? Why are you? Why are you giving so much to this enemy?
Will, do me a favor. Will, do me a favor. Name 5 policies that Donald Trump got passed through Congress.
Oh, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, the First Step Act, the USMCA, said the First Step Act. I'm not sure if the farm bill was a EO or if it was a policy through Congress, but regardless, I mean, he also.
Okay, all right, great. So I was just establishing that the individual came to know more about foreign policy than like Anthony Blinken, President Biden, General Milley, General Mattis, Mark Esper doesn't
Well, clearly
even
it
know
works better than
5
Biden's
policies
policy,
that
'cause
Donald
guess
Trump
when
got
the
passed
Ukraine
across.
invasion
No,
happened under Biden's
I'm
presidency.
establishing to everybody watching right now that you do not know what you're talking about. You come in here and try to claim more expertise in foreign policy, have a better understanding of U.S.-Germany relations. Everything you're trying to
Appeal to authority.
What was that?
Aren't you just appealing to authority?
No.
Okay.
No. Me asking, it shows ignorance.
It shows what? It shows.
It shows ignorance. So, I mean, you could say that appealing to these foreign policy experts is appealing to authority, sure. But when you don't know Trump policy, then obviously your knowledge is not good enough on this stuff. You not have the knowledge to come in here and say like, yeah, you know what? I think
So
that
wait, don't
U.S.-Germany
you discuss
relations
like Joe
is
Biden and
anything
foreign
like
policy all the time?
that. Yeah.
Are you like an expert on foreign policy?
No, I don't. Claim
Okay. So like,
no, I don't claim
it's
to be, but
legitimate for you
I
to do
certainly
it.
have more
But
knowledge.
because
on
I
this than you
disagree
do.
with you, I can't.
No. I certainly have more knowledge on this than you do.
I
think
maybe
your average
may. I'm
person
not
does.
going to claim that I know anything. All I know is that I
Well,
know
you're making
nothing.
wait. But you're making claims that you can't back up though. So I'm just proving. I'm showing.
I'm
to
making
you-
claims that I have
I'm
backed
showing,
up. What
no,
do you
you
mean?
haven't. No, you haven't.
When did the invasion of
So
Crimea take place?
This was all in 2014,
Okay, and then when did the invasion of Ukraine take place?
February of 2022.
Either of those points was Donald J. Trump the president of the United States.
No, but this conflict was still ongoing. There's
That's
still
right.
conflict
That's-
happening
no,
in the
that's-
region with Russia and Ukraine.
That's a good way to look
Like
at
like it wasn't like, oh, you know, Russia invaded Ukraine in Crimea in 2014, and then January 20th, 2017, all of it ended. There was no more conflict in the region when Donald Trump got into. No, of course not. And there was
No,
nothing
of course
happening
not.
between
But
Hamas and
I think
Israel.
what happened was, Russia saw the weakness in the American leadership when we pulled out of Afghanistan. Leader.
Well, then
and he
Putin's
wouldn't
really
do anything.
stupid. Then
And he
Putin's
took
really
advantage
stupid.
of that.
Then Putin's really stupid because now half of his army is gone.
Hey, I'm just saying, he took his opportunity. He
Yeah,
thought
so
he had an
obviously
opportunity
that's
and
not
took it.
why. Obviously that's not why. Obviously that's
Oh,
not.
obviously, well, when did it happen? After the pullout of Afghanistan or before? After, right?
Wait, why does that matter? It also happened after the pullout of Vietnam. I mean, the fuck? Yeah, pullout of Afghanistan means nothing in the context of this conversation.
In the context of this conversation, right? Our absolute dumpster fire of a pullout from Afghanistan, which
That was
I'm
caused by
sure.
Donald
I mean,
Trump.
that was Trump's plan. I will acknowledge that
Was
was
Trump's
Trump's
plan, the Doha Accords?
right? But we didn't really change anything. We just kind of hastily left.
Yeah,
Regardless,
we couldn't change anything. It wasn't something we could just be like, oh yeah, we're changing this now.
you wouldn't go to the table. You wouldn't make any negotiation.
Yeah,
we're,
'cause
we're,
I mean,
we're
yeah,
America.
I mean,
did.
you know
pushed
why
back
don't
the
we do?
date.
Why don't we go to these people and say, you know what? We're gonna need to get every single one of our
Taliban?
people out of. We're gonna need to get every one of our people out of here, or we're turning your entire country into glass with giant mushroom clouds.
Yeah, that's a
Wait,
great idea. So there's a
wait.
bunch of innocent
Oh
people who live
my.
there. What the? Oh my god.
Wait,
Yeah, that's
what?
great
Yeah,
foreign
I don't
policy,
think,
everybody.
I don't
That's
think
like
these-
how it works,
strong-handed.
everybody.
Yeah,
that's like
Will-
the sort of Trumpian strong-handed
Wait, okay, so then
negotiation
when you
tactics
say
that
that
I'd
to
be
the
looking at.
so when you say that to the Taliban and then the Taliban goes and kills innocent Americans, I want, if that were to happen, I would want you on the tarmac watching those bodies being brought back and given to the parents, the mothers who are crying, and I want you to be like, yeah, well, this is how foreign policy works. You need to be strong.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
turn
I'd like to
countries
see you
into
say the
glass."
same to the Ukrainians and the Russians that you're supporting this war.
These Ukrainians that are wanting to fight, the
Yeah,
Ukrainians who are going
what?
to war with.
Yeah,
I think that-
well,
I'm pretty
hold on
sure-
a second.
Nice,
Can't,
nice.
can't,
I'm
can't
pretty-
men?
yeah, these
Hold on.
people are
Can't
being-
men?
these people are
Aren't
being
men
invaded.
forced to fight?
No,
Aren't men forced
Will,
to fight?
Will, I'm pretty sure the entire discussion with the West was like, we went to, like, Boris Johnson went to Ukraine, and then they were like, yeah, we really want to fight. Like, we have a bunch of people who, like, their entire lives were ruined because a cruise missile went through their fucking home, and they were living a perfectly normal life, so now they want to, like, fight to keep their country.
And
the
that's,
West was-
I mean, that's entirely valid. That's valid.
So what?
I-
Like they're suggesting that we're just supporting death, as if like we just stop funding, Russia would just mow through people trying to fight. What?
Yeah, because we're
But
talking.
what I'm
we're
saying is,
talking
if
like,
we never
wait,
go
wait,
to the
wait,
table
no,
and we
no.
keep
Here's what
increasing
you
the
are saying.
stakes and
we're talking about
in
unnecessary
striking within
conflict versus
Russia, you
necessary
think that's a good
conflict.
thing? I don't think so.
Afghanistan, what you're talking about, turning a country into glass, is what we call unnecessary conflict. We don't have to risk American troop lives. Whereas with Ukraine,
Right,
it is
except for the
literally
13
life
months
or
that
death.
pull out of Afghanistan.
Dude, you cannot.
You don't know about the
Wait,
13 that passed
wait,
away?
wait, stop talking. Just stop talking. Ukraine, it's life or death. right? Negotiating with the Taliban of pulling out of Afghanistan is not life or death. Ukraine, it's life or death. These people are going to die. Russians will
13
go to
American
these little towns
servicemen
and shoot people.
died
Will.
Yeah,
in
and
the
it's,
fallout
and
of
it's
Afghanistan.
tragic. It's tragic, but that was not as a result of the Taliban.
Yeah,
Who
wait.
you're saying we would have told we were going to turn their country into glass.
Yeah,
What?
A democracy that was built over 20 years that was a complete failure. There's a lot of Americans there. There's a lot of citizens there. In 2022, Afghanistan's population was 41 million. I find it almost absurd that you would give it to, like, there because 13 service members died. That's obviously very
Those are our
tragic.
people. Those are
Yeah,
our people.
Will, dude.
You don't
two
care
sec-
about Americans.
Wait,
you care
Will,
about
Will, 2
Ukrainians
seconds.
or whatever.
Oh my God! 2 seconds ago,
Or whoever
you
wants
just
to come across the border.
you just advocated for turning Afghanistan, a country of 41 million, with a bunch of Americans at the time, because that's a pro-West place. There's thousands of Americans here. You just advocated for, like, if they don't do what we want, we'll just bomb it, we'll kill them all. 41 million people, including tens of thousands of Americans. And you pivot to caring about 13 soldiers that we obviously care about. But I don't know that you could be up here suggesting you care about life when this is your foreign policy plan.
Listen, that's not what I'm trying to say is that, you know, maybe we could have been more heavy-handed when it came to the negotiation. You're acting as if, you know, this pullout was just, oh, it was just predetermined and we didn't really do anything about it. Like, we could have done a lot more.
I think one of Harry's points. I think one of Harry's points is that, like, it's less of an appeal to in this specific instance, it's like the suggestion that, like, this is like a Trump suggestion that he makes on stage, something similar. It's like we've been building to something like this with Russia over many years. Right, and this thought process that, like, the brightest minds across the entire world have just done it all wrong, and Trump can just pick up a phone and make a phone call, and it's the simplest thing, and it will be over. Or, like, we build a democracy in Afghanistan for 20 fucking years. And yeah, we can talk about a lot of the niche reasons on how it went wrong, and even some reasons why Biden and it was a mess. We can talk about that. But the suggestion that, like, oh, it's a mess because, like, we clearly could have just done more to be hard, why would we not do that? The answer is probably we did do that. The answer is probably that it's, like, a lot more complicated, and there's a bunch of really smart people in the West who tried to figure it out. But, like, it cannot, we can, like, you can talk about, like, some of the niche disagreements, but the suggestion that it's just so simple, that just, like, all the brightest leaders just failed to pick up the phone and be hard on the Taliban is absurd.
Why did we let 13
Wait.
of our
We don't
people-
have much. Okay, that's dumb. We don't have much negotiation room because we had a ceasefire with the Taliban. So if we were to say, like, yeah, we just basically want to rework this entire agreement, the Taliban's gonna be like, okay, no more ceasefire. Then they're gonna kill a bunch of Americans.
Well, I mean, Americans died either way, I guess, so whatever.
A lot more Americans would die. A lot
I mean,
more
I
Americans
think we
would
really
die.
failed to stand on this. Like, we just rushed it.
I can't believe you just
we
used
just
the
tried
term
to.
stand
We
up
tried
business
to
and
get.
talking about a pullout.
We just tried to get out of there as quick as possible.
Yeah,
and, you know.
Will,
And
probably-
then you know what
Wait,
happened? It was
we
a
don't
disaster.
stand-
It was a major
look,
disaster.
Look. If
Okay?
we can avoid
major
if we
disaster.
Can avoid,
okay.
if we can avoid more Americans dying, who the fuck cares about standing on business? What a stupid thing to say. What the fuck? What? No. If we can avoid the Taliban killing Americans, good. Right? And we do that by following the terms of the agreement, and we made a minor adjustment by pushing back the date, but said, hey, we're still getting out of here no matter what. Instead of threatening, hey, we're going to turn your country into glass, and then a bunch of these people who are already part of a terrorist group and think there's going to be a bunch of people waiting for them in heaven are going to go kill a bunch of Americans because it's a horrible thing to do.
A bunch of people waiting in heaven.
But
A bunch
also-
of
Yeah,
women.
that's what they tell them.
Will,
That's how
I
they get them in trouble.
I also think it's important to mention, like, again, you're just like, oh, we rushed way too fast. Like, dude, I don't think. Here's how, like, dude, I don't think we need to replay the timeline of every single month from the start of it, being in Afghanistan to the very end, and how complicated and disastrous and how many lives were lost up until we start pulling out there's an IED or there's a group of soldiers who get ambushed doing patrols. And at the time, this is like an issue that for people, I don't know how old you are, at least for people older than me, you know, this
I'm
is
your
one
guys'
of our,
age.
Okay, sure. This is one of the only bipartisan issues in, you know, when we're growing up. You know, 70 anywhere from, in my opinion, 65 to 80%. I know it's broadly different. Americans are like, please get us the fuck out of Afghanistan. And the reason is because like after a while, it's unclear what we're doing, and we're seeing month over month some amount of military troops die. We're spending absurd amounts of money on this. So again, like the thought process.
I mean, I agree with the pullout
Right.
in general, right?
Okay, sure.
I think
but
it was a W plan L execution.
Okay, and look, that can be the idea that like the plan was good, the execution was poor. We like that is a point to me that like I can talk about and be like, that might be a reasonable take, depending on what you say. Right? Might not be, but again, like starting with like, oh, we just like rushed in and wanted to get out so bad. It's like, okay, obviously we're missing a bunch of context of 20 years of fucking $1 trillion, a war on terror, and a bunch of Americans dying. Led to that, not just like, oh, fuck this, we want to leave, and like the execution was terrible.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a bunch of animosity. It was complex. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
exactly.
can agree that it was nuanced, right? I can agree it wasn't just like, oh, black and white, like, oh, we should have turned them into. We
I
should
mean,
have
that is what you said. That is what you said. That is what you said.
No, I will say that was like maybe a little hot-headed of me, maybe a little bit like my leader, my MAGA leader, my MAGA cult leader. But
Did you say MAGA? Is that MAGA?
I said my MAGA cult leader, a little hot-headed like him. But but I think that instability factor that he has, I really do. I think that instability factor that he has scares the crap out of a lot of people, and that includes our enemies.
Why can we not just pick
Scares the crap out of his own generals.
Why can we not just
Yeah,
pick
I mean,
someone-
even Millie had like what, front arrangement syndrome, like I said.
Oh my. Will, brother, Will.
You need to get
Will.
out of the call.
Will, let me ask you a question. Wait, Will.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go.
We'll talk to you again soon. Don't get voted for that. What state are you voting in?
I'm in Arizona.
We'll get you a vote.
You can try.
Why do you have a mic? Why do you have a mic?
Because, I mean, seeing all these lives, I mean, I feel like there needs to be like a reasonable,
That's right.
whether you
Reasonable head.
regard me as reasonable or just a little bit
That's right.
kooky. Reasonable opposition, you guys.
Well, hey, listen. If you're a young person, even if you may sponsor this video, it's in the people involved. So see you around.
Yeah, see you around, man.
All right, man. Peace
W, you guys.
out. Harry's looking at me. He's like, "You're too nice." Excuse me.
This guy just said, Chris, he just said he wanted to turn 41 million people into glass.
I made him.
What do you mean? What do you mean you like seeing him involved?
No. I made him go back on that claim, which he did. He's got to go. But listen, Harry, I have a different.
I don't even.
I have a different position on you on how to make people think about what they say. He'll go back and he'll think. He'll be like, "Wow, I should vote for Biden." Sometimes.
But sometimes, Chris, you use the crazy to convince others. Remember,
That's
that
true.
guy is not necessarily the target audience. The dude who just called for like every Afghanistan.
He did call for 41 million people to be killed.
But anyway, well, we have our own tactics. Yours work.
Listen, Harry. Wait, what are you doing? You're not ending, are you?
No.
Because I have something to tell you. Wait, real quick. Let me read some questions. How's live been in general?
Good fun, yeah. Good content.
My live was definitely a lot of I don't know. Yo, Raul. Great to see you again. $5.34 on Cash App. Thank you so much. Y'all are the reason Biden will be. Y'all are the reason.
Get
Biden...
together, buddy.
I know. I'm choking on air. Y'all are the reason Biden will be victorious. Raul, it's great to see you again. I really appreciate the Cash App, and it goes a long way.
What the fuck is this?
Thank you so much, Carlos. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for all the support. It's Christy Mowry, Cash App Venmo. There's never any pressure. Just know I love you all. You guys are the best. MAGA.
Boo.
Abu.
It's the same as minus my same as
Oh my god.
Abu.
Boo.
Harry,
Boo.
you're turning too much into
Booger.
Buddy, you're turning too much. Yeah. We should debate on.
Oh my god. Where's my wristband?
Thank you guys. Good to see everyone. Do you have something to kill it?
What do you mean, bro? I mean, what do you mean?
Hey, Harry, let's debate some Biden policy with Harry. I love it. Hey, I want to say for the record, Biden's going to be top 15 president. I like him a lot.
All right, if you're MAGA.
Go ahead, Biden policy. Ready? You know what I disagree with?
What? just curiosity. What did you say when you were talking about you research Joe Biden?
I did say. I'll say that. I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
Jeez
I
Louise.
don't. At certain points, it's like I really don't want to agree with him on so much stuff. But it's like every time I research him, I'm like, man, this stuff. Joe Biden is damn good. And every single time, I get. Biden's damn good. I'll give him credit. That's why I like.
Yeah, so basically every time I'll sum it up. Every time Chris researches Biden, he loves him more.
That is true.
Beautiful thing.
I don't. It's not
Beautiful
wrong.
thing.
It's not wrong. He is damn good. I mean, it's frustrating. It's a bit bad. Let me ask you a question, man.
Yeah. 47.
You Trump supporter?
Yep.
What state?
My state doesn't matter. I'm in California.
No, no. Every state matters. What, Harry? Why is Matt here? Did you, Harry?
Oh yeah, I invited him. He didn't join. Now he joins like 5 minutes later. So Matt, you gotta wait. You can drop down or you can stay muted for while we debate. Bad.
Or we can.
You don't want to have him? Is he a Trump supporter too?
I don't know.
You don't
I mean,
want
we
to
could
do
do
two
two
on two?
2v2. I don't care.
Yeah.
For the-
Yeah, we can do it. That's fine as long as people come.
All right. No,
So,
totally. I just
yep.
think it's good
I'm
for
mad.
us to bounce off each other, just as you guys can bounce off each
That's
other.
right. That's right.
Okay,
Harry and I
sure.
bound. Yeah. Harry. Tu novia es muy bonita. Now, bad. Why are you voting for Trump?
Why would you say that?
Because I want to. Why are you voting for Trump?
Because I liked it. I really wanted to say it.
Hola, mi amo Chris. Voy a la playa con mis amigos y yo bebo cerveza. Why are you guys voting for Trump?
cerveza.
Why are you guys voting for Trump? Let's hear it.
I don't know. Does Matt want to go first, or? Right, I've been listening for like 3 hours.
Inflation, the economy is just in absolute shambles.
That's right.
Ah, so we have a low IQ.
Okay, wait.
Oh yeah, I got a low IQ, but
No, don't say that, Harry. Don't.
No. Let me, Chris.
Harry,
let me
don't say
let me-
that. Don't
let
say
me
that,
just-
Harry. Wait, we gotta hear
Go
bad.
ahead.
We gotta hear why
Go
bad. We
ahead.
gotta hear
Chris,
why bad.
Chris,
We gotta hear why
let me
bad.
take
likes Trump.
this.
We gotta hear why
Chris.
bad likes Trump, and then we can talk.
He just said the gas price inflation.
No,
Be
no, no,
quiet
the other
here.
No,
person.
that wasn't me.
Yeah, the other person.
We gotta
That
hear
was
from
Matt.
both of them.
I want to hear both because
I
Bad
said-
has been here for 3 hours.
All right,
We
bro.
said-
Go ahead, bad. Go ahead, bad.
All right. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's no, because I've been listening for so long. There's like so much shit. I was like screaming at the phone because there's so many things you guys went over that I wanted to hit. So it's just like, so I'll try to focus a little bit. I'll just hit a couple points that are not about the pipeline and all that shit because we've heard enough of that today. One of the things I wanted to discuss was, like, honestly, you guys watch this man walk and look like he's about to keel over and still say he's full of it. Like, you know, he's with it and he's hip and he's got all this energy and he's doing all this stuff. And yes, I did hear that Trump video. That's pretty crazy. I have to admit, there's nothing I can say to repeat that. So that was crazy times too. But it's just that there's been interviews, of speeches, you know, going back 3 years where he's starting to slip, and now it's really bad. Like, I feel bad for him. I'm not like, he's just an old man now, and he's weak.
I also feel bad for Trump supporters who have this
Harry.
inability to understand anything. Matt, tell me why Joe Biden's responsible for inflation and gas
Wait,
prices.
Harry, when you get a chance, look at your Twitter DMs.
He's sending all of the money to Ukraine.
How does that have any tie to gas prices or inflation?
The fucking economy.
Yeah, this is not an answer to my question. I'm asking you a pretty simple question.
Well, I'm just saying he's been sending tons of money to Ukraine.
How much? Ballpark. You don't have to know the
Billions.
exact number. Ballpark.
Billions.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you, Badri. That's a big
Exactly
ballpark.
right.
I'm talking a little bit more specific. Matt, how much? Ballpark.
I have no idea.
You have no
Okay, so
idea. So
Matt-
how
so
can you come
Matt-
up here and say that? Wait one sec, Chris. This is unacceptable. How can you come up here and say that he's sending so much money and that it's having a massive impact on the economy in terms of raising inflation and gas prices, but not know how much we're sending? Don't you think that's...
Well, what I would say is
Let's do this
that
one more time, I think.
every
I think last time I
American
was too much
citizen
like
is
this.
saying that Joe Biden
I gotta be more
should
like
be out of the office because he is supporting genocide.
this.
Wait, hold on. Let's.
Wait, you support Trump? Wait, one sec. You support Trump though, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Hold
And
on, Harry. But I'm gonna let Harry speak. But Matt, I also want to point out it's like it's like I don't know 120 billion something dollars. But yeah, like obviously has no effect on gas prices or inflation, partly because you don't understand like what that money actually is. So roughly half of it or a little under half is just old weaponry or stockpiles of weapons that we already have. We send it away. The next largest portion is investing money into American companies that are producing new weaponry, and then another portion is like for American military quotas, Ukrainian intelligence, and then a much smaller portion is actual cash assistance, humanitarian aid. And we already have a military budget that's appropriated by Congress. So whether Ukraine exists or not, we're going to spend this money. Last year, we spent like 5% of our military budget on Ukraine, and a bunch of it just went straight into the American economy. So like, it's certainly not affecting inflation. In fact, it's probably just it's better
Are
spent.
you serious? Oh God, I'm sorry. You guys are repeating yourselves.
Well, yeah,
It's
I mean, yeah, when you do lives and
because-
like when the
how
American.
about, okay, how about the inflation? Okay, you go ahead. Then I'll speak. Go ahead.
Yeah. So first of all,
This is why 2v2s suck.
Yeah, we repeat ourselves. Yeah, right. We repeat ourselves because like when people bring up like similar points, because a lot of people talk about the same things in politics. And number two, before you get into the whole inflation conversation, yeah, the entire world's dealing with some amount of inflation. They did when Biden got in office. Like you can't possibly tell me up here that American policy is affecting inflation in other G7 nations.
Sure, I can. Sure, I
Really?
can.
So wait, Biden,
Yeah.
Biden passing a bunch of stimulus for infrastructure, veterans, healthcare, and manufacturing in the United States is causing G7 nations in Europe and nations like Canada to have a high inflation rate. When we pump $1.5 trillion for infrastructure here, that causes inflation over there. Can you explain that?
No, I thought you were talking about him pumping money into the pumping into the United States.
Yeah,
while we're in all lockdown, and people were making more money sitting at home than they were at their actual jobs, and he did it for 2.5 fucking years.
So then,
No,
wait, so then
first-
you have to think. Then Trump's responsible for inflation as well, right?
Yeah.
No, how? Was he paying?
wait,
was he
wait,
paying
your
people to
view-
stay home?
Yes.
Was he paying people to
if
stay
your
home?
if your view is that Biden was pumping money to the economy while people were staying home, Trump did the same thing.
Yeah,
He
wait.
passed 2 stimulus bills.
Yeah, wait. If Biden
What were
passed
those
one-
bills, Harry? What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, that's not
Pulling shit out of the air and then walking right past it.
Oh my God! dude,
Let's
this
go,
is so
motherfucker.
dumb.
Stop. This is absurd.
so dumb.
This is absurd. Biden passed the last round of stimulus. Those 2 sets of stimulus checks and the massive stimulus came from Donald Trump. Did you know that Donald Trump, he has the highest deficit of any president ever? Why? Because in his last year, he pumped a bunch of stimulus for COVID. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because COVID happened right at the end
Yeah,
of his
so he's paying people to stay at home. He's paying people to stay at home.
All right, wait.
They were putting a
I
bunch
made a
of
mistake,
money-
Harry. I made a grave error, Harry.
You did,
It's your fault,
motherfucker.
Chris.
Let's
if
go.
you think that Joe Biden's responsible for inflation because there was some money from the American Rescue Plan put into the economy, then you also have to agree that Donald Trump caused inflation.
No, he did not cause inflation. Harry, listen to what I'm telling
let me
you.
ask No.
He didn't. Okay.
No.
Why?
Joe
Okay. Why
Biden-
don't you want me to speak? Because I'll have something fucking.
Oh shit, it's so loud. God damn it. You might have just witnessed me geek out at my boyfriend. So that was just that.
$1.7 trillion.
He was responsible for letting leaving the tap open for 2.5 years that it did not need.
Bad.
Inflation?
Pause. Joe
Inflation
Biden
was
bad.
low. It was at 2.3% at the end of his. Biden could have fallen asleep and did a better job.
Right now, just Biden's last stimulus, real stimulus push for COVID and stimulus checks, $1.7 trillion American budget, a bunch of money to government, all this stuff. Before that, Donald Trump passed coronavirus aid and a CARES Act that was $2.2 trillion. It's why he has one of the
Do you want to know what that covers? Do you want to know what that covers? You're just going to point out some numbers and not really say what that money.
Here we go. Tell me.
Listen, no. Can I speak? You guys fucking just start sucking each other off, and then
No,
nobody.
hey, whoa!
You're spitting like
No, hey, no, look alive.
They're not wrong.
Say all that shit. All right, so whether you argue
I
or not,
mean, as a
add all that
as a
extra
Biden
yeah?
supporter,
Okay, so you're not going to do
No,
that to me
apologize.
too.
they're not
No,
wrong.
now apologize.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No, apologize or I kick you. 5 seconds. I'll apologize to both of us, or I kick you. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Why would I apologize?
All right, Matt. So tell me why Joe Biden's responsible for gas prices.
The economy? I mean, 2020.
That's right.
Best.
That's right. That's
best
right.
year
Put it
of
in.
my life.
That's right.
No. Harry, let me ask you a question. What do you think of his mental and cognitive?
Yeah, I think he's perfectly fine. He was evaluated by doctors. They said he was fine.
Okay, but what is your assumption in terms of the clips of him kind of
They're
not
selectively edited clips.
not knowing where to go?
That's
kind
not
of-
true. He's never not known where to go. There's no clips of that.
Okay, Harry, are you joking though?
No, I've watched all these clips and there's context around them. Like they'll zoom in and like have Joe Biden walking to one side of the stage saying, yeah, he doesn't know how to get off stage, when in reality he's gesturing toward a crowd that was right in front of him. He was saying hi to people who were in the stands right beside him. You can see him if you watch the C-SPAN live stream, which has the whole view. They zoom out, and it's Joe Biden waving or doing this, like opening his body. So yeah, all these clips where you say he doesn't know what he's doing, they're selectively edited. Huh?
I would love the source.
Yeah, what would you?
Or,
Sure. What are you asking about a specific clip or?
no, it's just every clip that I've seen. It's just he goes into RoboCop almost, and he just kind of starts.
Yeah,
walking.
so for example, like there was like a clip that circulated a while back that Joe
Just
Biden was
stalking him.
that nobody was shaking hands with thin air and like all that stuff. And here's a political fact check on it saying, you know, the claim was President Joe Biden was confused, turned around and shook
It's
hands
really
with thin
far
air
away,
after
yeah.
his speech. They rate it false. They rate it false because after the end of his speech in North Carolina, Biden turned around and gestured toward the onlookers to his right, who rose to applaud him. He wasn't trying to shake hands with an imaginary person. Biden was at the university
Lance,
speaking about his
my
administration's
Lance.
efforts on economic renewal and to visit the campus's new engineering and innovation complex. So that's like one example of a fact check backing up what I'm saying.
Oh, shit,
All
did I
right,
do
well,
it back
did
here?
you see the clip of him walking out of the
could've sworn there
presidential
was a-
limo and just standing there for
Could have sworn that I had
just-
another, I don't know.
He didn't stand there for
drone
2
thingy.
minutes. He was standing there for like 7 seconds, and he was looking at something happening off of screen. He stood there. He stood there. Look, what?
Sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
Look, what? Wait.
Well, I'm just saying the Secret
No, no,
Service.
no. Stop. All right, so that's how long. That time is how long Joe Biden like stared at something off the screen, and you're telling me that that means he's not cognitively fit? That 7-second period we just had right now. You're telling me that that means he's not fit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Good. That makes perfect sense. That's great. That's great. So if Joe Biden, so let me ask you a couple of questions.
Negative.
If Joe Biden confused Nikki
God, this is
Haley
out
and
in the
Nancy
middle of
Pelosi 3
fucking
times in
nowhere.
like a couple of sentences, would you say that that's, you know, evidence of him not being well?
I would say the clips speak for themselves.
Okay, if Joe Biden said we're going into World War II, would you think that is evidence of him not being well?
World War II? You mean
Yeah.
World War III?
No, World War II. Let's say Joe Biden said we're going into World War II. Do you think that's evidence of him not being well? Oh my God, he got removed for violations of the
Oh,
community guidelines.
dude, wait, Harry.
Just as I was
pause.
setting
Just
him
stop.
up. Just as I was
Before-
setting him up.
Oh my God, I don't know. I made a grave error, guys. I also have to point out to chat here, because you know, I'm willing to talk about these things.
Oh, fuck my
Harry
god.
these debates sometimes, and Harry's better at protecting his own peace than I am, but dude,
What?
patience can run thin, man. The patience can run really thin. If you
Sitting
play on
there-
the chat, like, dude, when you do this for hours and hours and I talk to people, like, especially people like swatting, doxing, sending things to people's house, like, it's very understandable for like, just to like be like, dude, I gotta protect my peace. It can drive you a little insane. So just have some kindness here. Harry does good work. He's a good.
Oh,
I
I don't care what these people are saying. You don't gotta ask for kindness from these lunatics in the chat, the MAGA freaks.
Some of them aren't MAGA freaks, man.
Wait. The Cash App is not Harry J. Sisson with 1 at the end.
This guy cannot tell. This guy cannot. Never mind.
People, because I get messages all the time of people saying like, hey, I think I sent a message to your wrong Cash App. So like, it's just Harry J. Sisson 1. It's the same on every platform. I want to make sure that nobody's getting scammed.
Yeah.
Lilia, thank you for the $2, and James, thank you for the $10 in Cash App.
Guys, can I just point something out? Because Harry took this live photo of me earlier, and I just Jesus, okay? Yeah, okay, it's off balance. It's off balance. I get it, okay? It's off balance, right? It's off balance, okay? It's off balance. This is my jumper right here. Everyone calm down. Look, it's off balance.
see.
It's off balance, but look, the elbow's locked. Thank you, Harry. The set point's nice. What's really, I have a thumb flick. That's my problem. I'm trying to get rid of the thumb flick. I play a lot of basketball. Okay, calm down. That's
He
a
does not.
nice jumper. Anyone telling me, I know I'm off balance. The feet could, I don't think the feet, my feet could be like set a little better. I feel like they could be. Anyway, thanks. I can't do it anymore, Harry. Please. I can't.
Oh, you were talking to me about ending earlier, and now you're backing out. Wait, let me check my phone first. Okay, I have 29%. Yeah, Cash App is in the poll. I just want to make sure, like, I get so many messages of people being like, I sent it to Harry Season 1 or something like that. There are people who use my profile picture and my username that's close to mine that is incorrect. They set up fake accounts, and they try to get money from people.
That's right.
So
One time
I just want to make
I
it clear that my Cash App and my Venmo is the exact same as my username on TikTok. It's Harry J. Sisson, no numbers, no capitals, no nothing.
That's right. I said.
This guy, look, Matt in the chat, he just got kicked. He said he got kicked because I kicked him because he was speaking facts. He was about to fall into my trap. What a disgrace for this guy. Chris says, show some kindness. No, if you're a MAGA lunatic, I don't need kindness from you.
Wow.
I don't.
Yo, someone get this poor stat. Yo, Harry, are we putting fucking something so well? Betting on Bidenomics? Is that what we're doing? Would you advise people? Yo, Christy, thanks so much for $5 on Venmo. This is the DNC payment I got for you. Yo, Daisy, you're the rock. You rock. Mom and PA, you come to PA sometime. Say hello. Dinner. Glass of wine. You're the best. Harry, would you advocate for people to invest right now? I gotta put the rent on fucking Bidenomics, right?
Yeah, I'd advocate for it for sure.
Say I love you, Chris.
Yo, I can't believe you added me. Okay. Are y'all there? Can you hear me?
No.
Unfortunately, we are.
Okay, so I'm pretty in the middle. So I was just wondering why you don't think the economy is Biden's fault.
What aspect of the economy? I think there are things that Biden has played a role in the economy.
Just like the decline with the inflation rate, interest rate. Interest rate has been higher than it's been in.
Interest rate is set by the Federal Reserve, not the president, so it's independent. It's not Biden setting the interest rates.
I'm not saying
nothing
he's
to do with
setting
the
it, but I would say a president could help with it.
No, he actually literally, like, it's very important that those agencies are independent. Part of the agencies, the three-letter agencies, they're independent, so it's like pressure. So like if the Fed is making decisions about interest rates, they want to be able to do it, and they're purely thinking about what's best for the economy and nothing else. Or what's best for like inflation and nothing else. They don't want to be swayed by political pressure, which is actually one of the main reasons not for Trump, is because one of the conservative plans is essentially like this idea through Project 2025 that like Trump should be able to control the entire branch, and that they should basically take these three-letter agencies that are independent from the president and hire a bunch of loyalists. So instead of like being independent and applying things independently for the sake of the country, they can do which would be really bad.
I agree, that would be bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's part of it's Project 2025, which like I made a video on. It's essentially like a former Trump administration official is like the director of it, and it's essentially like a 900-page playbook on like what the next conservative president has to do to like unitary executive theory, a legal theory that like Donald Trump the entire executive branch. So you take like the EPA, the FDA, the FBI, and you just fire a bunch of federal officials and you hire new ones based purely on loyalty. So like when the FDA is making a decision about like abortion pills, for example, and whether they're safe or effective, they want to be able to make that decision based on purely their knowledge and like health. But if it's, you know, loyalists listening to Trump, it'll be based on political pressure. So like Trump's like, oh, I don't want abortion pills because political reasons. So they say no. Or the EPA trying to make guidelines about the environment. No. We need to do what's best for like playing politics and like, you know, addressing people's political concerns so I can win re-election, etc. Like same with the Fed, same with the FBI, the DOJ. They start going after like certain. It's like really. It would be the final nail in the coffin for like how our democracy has functioned for the last like century.
Yeah, I agree. That would ruin democracy. That's kind of why I'm in the middle. Like the only thing that's like that I see is my day to day. Because Trump ruined. I'm in the transportation industry. That's what I work in. And he.
What state are you voting in, by the way?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's a good thing. Sorry, continue. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to know. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Trump ruined taxes for me personally. I've seen it. Like I pay about $20,000 more in taxes a year.
So sorry.
Yeah, cause he
Shite.
his tax act in 2017.
Shite. Right.
Transportation tax relief, and after that, I was like, okay, that kind of fucked me over. And then we went into Biden's. Now under Biden, and now with inflation and the tax fuck over, it's just terrible for me. So
I understand that, man. I think like, you know, the economy's been rough in recent years, right? Like, I don't think anybody is invalidating the experience of people, and like, things have been tough. Inflation's been high, gas prices are high, and you know, all these folks watching the live, and I know you as well, just trying to put food on your table, take care of yourself and your family and whatnot. So I get it. And that makes perfect sense, and like this is like a perfectly reasonable thing to be top of mind when you're voting. However, it's just not the case that there's like one individual responsible for it. It's mostly the pandemic and the ripple effect that it's had on economies around the world and our economy in raising the prices of goods. And it's not Joe Biden's fault. It's not even like Donald Trump's fault. It's just things that are out of our control. And the thing about it is that I always say, like, people were kind of on the fence, like, beware of false prophet. And what I mean by that is that Donald Trump is getting up on the stage and he's telling you that he's going to solve all your problems. He's saying, I'm going to lower inflation. I'm going to lower gas prices. Remember how good it was under me? Except he doesn't have a plan, and he quite literally cannot deliver on that. He's just saying it to win your vote. Whereas Joe Biden is being realistic about it, saying, hey, look, this is tough. We understand. There's a lot of work to be done, and we're still doing that work, and there's more progress to be made. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be overnight, but we're making that progress. Like, that's the difference. Trump is telling you, he's just lying to your face to win your vote, whereas Joe Biden's saying, like, hey, let's work together as a nation and as a country to make things better, and we'll get there. And Biden's theory is proving correct. I mean, the recovery has been fantastic. We're at, you know, inflation peaked at 9%. We're at 3.4% inflation right now, and, you know, things are on the up and up.
yeah, and I could say that's the part where I agree with you, because Trump almost pumped the economy so that if he did get out of president or out of office, he could say my economy was great and now it's failing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the thing about it is that economists in 2020, before Biden had even taken office, were writing about how there's going to be high gas prices because of the pandemic. And so, you know, this has nothing to do with Joe Biden. It's just because, you know, the economies around the world shut down. Of course, there's going to be repercussions of that. Of course, when, you know, our supply chains are shut down and it's the United States around trading, let's just say, like, we're importing, you know, 100,000 pieces of grain every single year, right? Obviously, that's not true. Let's just say. And because of COVID, we can only import 50,000. Of course, prices are going to go up a lot because demand is super high, but the supply is low, you know?
Yeah.
So, no, I would just say, I know you're on the fence, you're an independent, that's super cool, like, I totally get it. I wouldn't vote for Trump just based off of that, because he will lie to you to win your vote. Well, hey, I mean, I'm happy if that's the case. I mean, that's great. I think, like, you're on the right side of history in my view. You know?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, anytime. You're welcome back, and we can continue the conversation, and yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Sounds good. You have a good night.
All right. Thank you, brother. You too. I like that guy. I like that guy. In the beautiful state of Colorado as well. What a great state. What a great American state. Thank you for the fireworks, M Sharp. I appreciate you. I appreciate that's 2 tonight. Damn right. Alana, thank you for the $4 saying, I want that shirt. I'm begging you. LOL. Lots of. I'll send it. I'll send it. We'll have a fundraiser. Whoever donates the most, we'll send it. But I would also say, just hey, go to joebiden.com and buy yourself one. They're like $60. Like genuinely, I wear this all the time. It's incredibly comfortable. I got like a medium. It's just like a big baggy hoodie. Alright, $70 maybe. 70 maybe. And you get to donate to the campaign, so it's a win no matter what. It's a win no matter what. Bentley, I already brought you in, buddy, and didn't go to plan. Charles B. Let's see, Charles B. Trump is his username. What's up, Charles?
Yeah, what's in Chris's live earlier? Order Israel. You said that Chris was saying that you weren't shilling for Israel because of AIPAC and all.
Oh, I know you. Get the hell out of my life. Don't
You're
come
a
back. I
fucking
told you that. Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard of this. It took me a second. I was like, wait, I remember this voice. Harry, did you get my Venmo? No, nothing new. I have one from Killer, but that's the last one. Daniel, thank you for the $1.34. One win for democracy equals 34 felonies for Trump. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I like that. I like that. Did I get disconnected? Yeah, of course you did. You get my cash out?
Ah, yikes.
I don't know. I don't think
Yikes.
so. I mean, I've had my most recent ones are from Daniel, James,
Yikes.
Lila, SF,
So
Sandra,
close.
Noreen, and Mark.
So close. That was really close.
I haven't gotten anything else. So
Alrighty.
if I don't read your name, it probably means I didn't get it, unfortunately. But anyway. What's up, Brittany? Good to see you. Mike wasn't working on MAGA. All right,
Harry, I love your live streams. 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 Kick me because I'm under 18, but I love your live streams.
Okay.
I love your.
so much. Oh, that was kind of nice, man. That was kind of nice. Oh man, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Shout out, Brittany.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So see you later.
I disagree with guest. Mara, you're still watching. So